Season 2 of Peacemaker has come and gone, and it's a rare sequel that takes everything you loved about the original and turns it completely inside out. And it actually works in the most beautiful way possible. Where Season 1 was a wild romp, violent, hilarious, totally unexpected stories, characters, all filled with James Gunn's absurd energy and John Cena's shocking level of true acting capabilities, Season 2 took the show inward instead of a colossal build-up to something grander than its predecessor. Instead, it's a small-scale story on identity, shame, connection, the gnawing belief that you poison any room you walk into, that far too many people suffering anxiety, depression, and the hardships of humanity experience. And that is what makes it brilliant. Because for all of the multiverse talk, the theories of cameos, twists, Rick Flag Jr. being Superman, the ponderings and ideas everyone had regarding Earth X, Captain Triumph, and the top trio, none of that was ever the point. The multiverse wasn't a setup for the next big DC crossover. Not really. It's a metaphor for depression. For Chris Smith, Earth X becomes a sickeningly seductive outlook that promises a much simpler narrative to all of his life's ills. It's a haunting first-person vision of suicide. All season long, it's a dangled promise of a perfect world, a place where Chris, the Peacemaker, is loved and respected and adored. He's not a screw-up, he's not a murderer or a man who's haunted by his father and the wrongdoings he's committed. He is the hero. But underneath all of that, it's the same seduction that depression offers. Things would be better without you. Everyone would be happier if you were gone. In the subtext of the story, Chris was going to end his life in his universe. He displays the emotions and motives of those looking to end their own lives. He begins appearing happier, more adjusted, because he knows that his time here is coming to an end. He literally leaves a note for his friends and those closer than family about why he has done it, why he's leaving, how sorry he is to have done this, hoping for a better outcome on the other side. He finds a world where everything is better, and he believes that all of the wrong that's in his world, the DCU, will be fixed if he is not there. But like a lot of people who have survived going over that edge, he's realized something after he's jumped, that he doesn't truly want to go. He doesn't want to be there. He wants to be with those he loves, those who he appreciates and cares for. He just wants the pain to stop. And in the finale full Nelson, he finally lets the people who care about him help him stop it. Every character this season mirrors Chris in their own way. They all want connection, but they're terrified of it or don't understand it. Every character's goal this season has been to belong. Harcourt only knows how to serve without a mission, a predetermined goal, a routine. She thinks she's nothing. Economist is totally unable to connect to anyone. Instead, he hides behind sarcasm because he sees being a joke as the safer route than being himself, someone no one likes. Adebayo clings to denial instead of admitting that her marriage is falling apart. Adrian can't even name his emotions, let alone express them properly, and what is an obviously comedic scene of Adrian seeing sex and the orgy as a, quote, way to connect with friends, speaks volumes about his outlook on life and the relationships, or lack thereof, he has to others. Rick Flag Sr., the antagonist of the series, is desperately trying to replace the hole caused by his son's death with absolute control and revenge. Everyone is looking for something that they are unable to put into words, orbiting a black hole that is loneliness, and that's what this entire season is tied together by. Every fight, betrayal, moment of silence. These are broken people trying to convince themselves that they don't need anyone, even as they crumble apart without each other. And by the end, the 11th Street kids risk everything to bring Chris home. That is the emotional core of the story. It's not about saving the universe. It's about saving someone from themselves. In the finale, Chris is trapped in a hold he can't escape, literally and emotionally a full Nelson. And in that way, the title does become a bit literal. You can only break free once you stop struggling. John Cena's performance in the second season is raw, and he doesn't have a big speech. There's no real teary apology from him, just an explosive release of energy when the walls are lowered and his friends come to help him. That manic relief of someone who survived their own darkness. The story arc no longer becomes about redemption, it's instead about intimacy, of forgiveness. not being forgiven by others, but forgiving yourself and pushing forward to keep on living. And that is the real magic of Peacemaker. Beneath the crude jokes, the blood, the chaos, the comic accuracy, James Gunn has written a story about mental illness, about loneliness, about the small miracle of being cared for.
You touch people, man. I believe in miracles because of you.
Where Season 1 built friendships out of necessity, Season 2 builds love from pure empathy. It's a season about doors being opened. When the walls crumble, when the doors are ajar, what's left isn't destruction or ruin, it's connection. Peacemaker Season 2 isn't just better than the first, it's one of the most emotionally honest, heartfelt, truly human superhero stories ever put to screen. It's a story about depression, forgiveness, and finding a reason to stay.
When I'm around you, I feel loved. We're tied. You and I.
Why are you so embarrassed about being someone special, Harcourt?
All of us.